Hello y bienvenido a Respuestas Inglesas, un podcast que te da unas llavitas claves mientras abres las puertas de tu aventura en inglés. Soy la presentadora, Sarah, con Language Answers, y el episodio de hoy es el segundo episodio especial de 2021 para Respuestas Inglesas. Y hoy vamos a tratar algo nuevo. Este episodio especial va a estar en inglés. Entonces, Episodio 60, especial de Guy Fawkes Day de Reino Unido en inglés. So, let's begin. What is Guy Fawkes Day and how do they celebrate it in England? Algunas notas antes de empezar. No vamos a tener un consejo cultural en este episodio porque todo del episodio es un consejo cultural. Vamos a seguir con los consejos culturales normales en episodio 61. Y me disculpa por llegar tan tarde con esta publicación. Las últimas semanas han sido un poco difíciles ya que nos enfrentamos a diferentes emergencias familiares. Muchas gracias por tu paciencia mientras las procesamos y lidiamos. Muchísimas gracias. Además, me equivoqué en los últimos blogs y podcasts. En episodio 58 dije que el potro es la palabra para la cría de un caballo. En inglés se dice foal y en español se dice el potrillo. Pero el potro es más como colt en inglés, que significa un caballo joven, pero no es un bebé. En episodio 57 dije que un patito en español es pavipollo o pavesno, pero esos son en realidad términos para pavo bebé o poult en inglés. No sé por qué, pero he estado mezclando esos dos animales. Son completamente diferentes, lo sé, pero ahí está. Duckling es el patito o anadón, ya que ánade también significa pato. Vale, ahora podemos empezar. So what is Guy Fawkes Day? In essence, it is the celebration of Parliament and the monarchy not being blown up. You see, back in 1605, Guy Fawkes and his associates decided they would try to kill King James I, a Protestant monarch, by blowing up Parliament. Why? Well, they weren't too pleased with King James I, obviously. There had been a lot of hope that he would be more tolerant towards Catholics than his predecessor, Queen Elizabeth I, but this soon proved to be in vain when he publicly condemned Catholicism in 1604 and mostly continued Queen Elizabeth's repressive policies towards Catholics, like fining anyone who refused to go to Protestant services. So, they decided they would solve this religious problem by blowing up King James I, his eldest son, and Parliament when everyone gathered together for the opening ceremony of a new session of Parliament. Guy Fawkes would light the fuse, then escape via boat, while his buddies began an uprising elsewhere in the country. They would then replace King James I with his daughter, Elizabeth, thereby establishing a puppet queen until they could marry her off to a Catholic and once again have a Catholic monarchy. Fortunately for England, they were betrayed and the so-called gunpowder plot was discovered. Basically, an anonymous letter was sent to a Catholic sympathizer to warn them not to attend the opening ceremony, a warning which came to King James's attention. Guy Fawkes was found lurking in the cellars below Parliament on November 4th, next to 36 barrels of gunpowder that they had smuggled in via tunneling and time. Fawkes was tortured for 2 days until he finally cracked, and his co-conspirators were either arrested or killed during the process. For example, the actual mastermind behind the gunpowder plot, Robert Catesby, died in a gunfight with English troops. Honestly, those who died during arrest had it easy. The survivors were executed for treason via hanging, and many drawn and quartered alive, which involved quite grotesque mutilations. If you want to learn more about the history of this day, check out the articles from Encyclopedia Britannica and History.com, or check out the really interesting YouTube video by Cody Bonds, all the links for which I will include, of course, in the show notes. So how do they celebrate it? Because the actual assassination was to take place on November 5th, the holiday is celebrated November 5th. And it is an epic way to celebrate something. They light huge bonfires, hence why this day is also called Bonfire Night. In memory of the barrels of gunpowder that didn't explode, they also have fireworks. On a little bit of a more morbid note, people will create guys, or dummies, similar to un espantajo, but not quite. It is really an effigy, or una effigie, often made to look like Guy Fawkes, which they then burn on the bonfires. Children might also go around asking for, quote, a penny for the guy, unquote, and people will give them money, which they then use to buy fireworks. Interestingly, guards also search Parliament in a ceremonial show of checking for arsonists. You can check out another video for a British person's explanation of Guy Fawkes Day, which I will include the link to in the show notes. Now, the city of Lewes, located in southeastern England, has a huge Guy Fawkes Day celebration. They actually have 6 bonfire societies that can trace membership back 4 generations in various families. The Wall Street Journal actually has a video on YouTube talking about the local concerns over the event becoming too big for the city to safely handle. I wonder if they ever got that figured out. But if you want to catch a glimpse of what bonfire night looks like, check out their video. And of course, the link is in the show notes. Now, I would be remiss if I did not include, lastly, an important poem. In regards to Guy Fawkes Day, this poem is huge, especially the beginning part, remember, remember the 5th of November. I heard that a lot during my research for this episode. So remember, remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. And of course, I'll include a link to the full poem, but who is the author? Unknown. It's just a traditional English poem that has lasted for a long time.
Vale, eso es todo por hoy. Muchísimas gracias por escuchar y no olvides consultar las notas del podcast para los enlaces de los recursos utilizados para este episodio. Y si prefieres leer una transcripción aproximada del episodio de hoy, puedes visitar el blog de este episodio también. Me encantaría ayudarte con tu travesía de inglés. Así que, si tienes preguntas de la cultura o gramática de inglés, necesitas una traductora de español a inglés, una escritora o una tutora, puedes contactarme a contact@languageanswers.com o visitar mi sitio de web para más información a www.languageanswers.com. Recuerda, aprender un idioma es una travesía para toda la vida. Embrace it, enjoy it, and share it. Nos vemos en 2 semanas. ¡Hasta luego!